Angels aren't invited. Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker may have temporarily physically escaped their guilt on January 15, 2020, but that guilt stains them to this day. If Charles McCormick still had the ability to speak, if before he died, hidden truths were revealed.
That just scared the hell out of me. They trying to protect me, yeah. 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 These niggas not trying.
Being a content creator can feel like you've always got to be on, always live. It's overwhelming.
What the fuck? That nigga look like me, dog. That's crazy. I thought that nigga was me, bro. I swear to God. What happened?
Activates his. That DNA evidence, along with his cell phone records and location of Dominique Barner and Abdul Robinson Sr., because their testimony is damning. But when they testify and when those attacks come, I just want you to do two things. One, simply ask yourself, removing emotion as to whether or not you like them or think they're good. They're criminals. Just not the only ones. Does the evidence, the independent evidence in this case, corroborate what they have to say? Does it establish what they are telling you? And then secondly, remember, they're not strangers. This is a family. And consider when co-defendants come together to commit a violent murder,
Hey, that grape Kool-Aid, wow.
angels aren't invited. Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker may have temporarily physically escaped their guilt on January 15, 2020, but that guilt stains them to this day. If Charles McCormick still had the ability to speak,
This nigga.
before he died,
Nigga yapping,
hidden truths were revealed.
Excuse me, we need all electronic devices to be turned off. Thank you.
That's
And
crazy.
if Charles McCormick would have witnessed and been aware of and seen and heard all of the evidence that we have discussed, DNA, the fingerprints found in the murder car, the motive found on his account, the video of the murder itself, cell phone records, location information, the nail salon post, and many others. Is there any doubt that if he could stand in here and testify, he would not scream Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker's guilty name? The evidence will answer for you where they were, what they did, January 15th, 2020.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Cooper. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask that you each step into your respective jury rooms for a bio break since it is 3:50 p.m., but I do want to explain something. This trial is being tried together, and the majority of what will be presented together, but there are some times that things must be presented separately. Opening statements is one of those. So Hakeem Robinson's jury, you are going to step in for a bio break, but you're going to remain in there while Leroy Whitaker's jury will hear from Ms. Schlax and Mr. Whitaker's opening. And then when that is concluded, you will be excused, and then you will return out, Hakeem Robinson's jury, to hear the opening statement by Mr. Robinson's counsel. So I wanted to explain.
What the fuck? That's, oh yeah, we definitely gotta tune in. That's different. I never heard no shit like that before.
That. But for now, both sides may step into the jury room to use the facilities. Mr. Whitaker's jury, I'll bring you back out here hopefully in about 10.
We'll come back to that. That nigga look like me, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, that shit crazy. Alright, let's just watch some little photos of what's going on. Let's see. Oh, Young and Ace up in that joint. That's crazy. Let's see what's going on. I guess that's what we doing.
Ksoo got a trial next week, 2 weeks from now. Hey, chat, spam free Ksoo, man.
Ksoo's trial officially started. Him and ATK Scotty have been charged for the hit of Blow Bibby in Jacksonville. Bibby was 16 years old at the time.
I thought they was doing the I thought it was the other murders, the UPS one. Hold on. They trial for Lil Buck murder. Okay, yeah, Lil Buck. Because I'm using this video evidence against Ksoo and double murder case. He's one of the videos they using.
And we then is our dirt beat. What for Pop that's 18. Stupid ass nigga. You about to get caught slipping on that block, boy. Yeah, we waiting on you to slip. On 24! Ksoo on the drill, take off your neck. Boy, you better not try to run, we chase it, leave you stretch. Push it on the shirt, now we wonder who fucking next. Wet your ass up like some pussy, we leave you wet. Smoking on the Zine, them killers came like they was vexed. Slide through the 6, hit him all up in his neck. He say smoking with it, I bet them words got him stressed. He better not go to work, he better wear a fucking vest. But that won't save his ass, cause I'm aiming for his head. The 556 left the last pussy nigga dead. If A say he want him go, we hunt him till he dead. If she a op, her nut on her face on the top of her head. A hoe can't set me up, I'ma peek that shit dead. Intercept the play, pick, 6 that nigga dead. Boy, you bout not.
That's one of the videos they're using. These one of the ones they're gonna use, right? These one of the ones they're gonna use too. We gonna see.
Blue can't help you. Ksoo can't help you. Ain't nobody come pick you up, big dog. All right.
In the news for Jack's I-Team obtains interrogation video during a local rapper's arrest.
Akeem Robinson is his name, and he is in jail on Tuesday.
He's one of the guys that's on trial too. They ready to do his opening next. This the guy they about to do his opening next when they come back on.
Separate first-degree murder charges. The YouTube channel Crime Circus posted the interrogation video, and that has more than 100,000 views.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crime Circus. My name's Drip Drop, and I'll be your host as always. I have another exclusive interrogation for you from Jacksonville, Florida. This is ATK Scotty 33, aka Leroy Whitaker, Ksoo's right-hand man. Some have even alleged he's Jacksonville's deadliest shooter. But I'm not so sure about that, because Owen Cosme has allegedly stacked up quite a few bodies himself. But this is not about Owen Cosme. This is about Ksoo's right-hand man, Scotty, aka Leroy. My last video went viral, and that's the first episode in this series. And if you haven't seen it, make sure you check out my last upload. It's titled Ksoo, the rapper from Jacksonville. Over 100 Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube channels stole my upload, with my subtitles and all. No credit, no link backs, no shoutouts. The only entity that asked for permission and gave a shoutout was News 4 Jax. So shout out to Channel 4 in Jacksonville. To everybody else, all you did was rack up views and take food off my family's plates, and my family needs to eat. So I'd appreciate if you don't take my content, and if you do, at least give me a shout out and a link back. Because I spend a lot of time and money obtaining these videos, which is why I'm the only
I shout out everybody when I use their videos and shit, like under my jumps shit.
only channel to have these videos. It took me over a year to obtain this series, and a lot of money. And I spend between 20 to 40 hours editing each and every single release before I upload it. Always enhancing the audio and hand typing the subtitles personally. Yeah, I do it all behind the scenes here at Crime Circus, and I haven't had a day off in over a year. And I don't plan on taking any days off because this work is important. Anyways, Leroy, aka Scotty, finds himself in the interrogation room with homicide and robbery detectives. We're gonna get to hear what he has to say for himself. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and please consider becoming my Patreon or YouTube member to help support me. Because this job ain't easy, and I know you like to be entertained and educated right here at Crime Circus. Now let's see what Scotty, aka Leroy, has to say for himself.
He said he does?
Yeah. That shit's working.
Take me here.
I'm gonna do that in here in a minute. Ball up. What dress you use? I don't got no dress right now.
No address? Where you staying at? What's your last known address?
West Street. West Street.
West Street?
Yeah.
WST? Yeah. What side of town that's on?
West.
You on the west side? Where?
Mid up.
Oh, okay. What's your date of birth?
November 10th,
About how tall are
I for sure thought you was just
About how much you weigh?
Oh, that John looks smooth.
126. What's a good phone number for you?
Who for me? Like my people?
Not for you, your cell phone number.
I don't got no number.
You don't have no cell phone? You got a house phone?
It should look smooth.
So born 2019?
Yeah.
All right, what's the last school you attended?
Lee.
Graduated? All that information let me know that, hey, yeah, he was in this house. Just you try and just be honest about things. Tell me what happened.
Okay, this what they on trial for right now. One of the situations.
What made you think what you talking about?
Your DNA was in there.
When they killed dude at UPS and shit.
I just need you to be honest with me, man. Tell me what happened. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Hmm? Bro, don't let the evidence tell the story for you. This is your opportunity to tell your side of the story. The reason why your DNA would be inside this lady house.
What you talking about? DNA.
Damn. They supposed to I'm glad no, not they posted. Never mind. I'm glad they didn't kill that lady, bro. I'm glad they didn't kill her, bro. Either way, they're gonna get caught, whether they did it or not. But that's a good thing they didn't hurt that lady.
You know how we get DNA? No. You just touch something. Like I just touched the table right there. And I left my DNA.
Yeah.
So all we have to do is come later with a Q-tip swab right there in that area. And my DNA is gonna come back right here. So it ain't necessarily from blood or spit and all that different kind of stuff you see on TV. Yeah. All you gotta do is touch something. So just keep it real with me, man.
I'm telling you, bro. What you talking about?
We're acting like he cold. That's crazy. He said, I ain't say that shit. Go ahead, man. I ain't say that. You said that. Put words in my mouth, nigga. I was about to say that, but I didn't.
They help you. That's what I'm here for. They help you.
I was about to say that, but I'm thinking like, hold on. They would have did that. They still left their evidence regardless. So you know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, that ain't gonna work.
You got for me?
If you telling me, if you can be honest about what happened with this, did you go in trying to rob the lady? Because it's different from a burglary and a robbery. But the story I got and the evidence I got, we're going with home invasion robbery.
Hey, I said that too, didn't it? Home invasion, but I said home invasion kidnap. Damn.
Don't rob people, man. That's crazy.
See, that's why I need your side of the story.
I ain't never robbed nobody else in my life.
I know you have. That's why I need you to keep it real with me and tell me what happened.
I I'm gonna tell you if I don't know what. Something I don't know. I don't know. You say who? Detective who?
Richardson. Don't take a ride for a home invasion robbery without giving your side of the story about what happened. Cause right now we got this lady side, and that's the only side they're speaking.
What lady?
That was in the house while you was in there.
So I'm in charge with a robbery and a home invasion.
Yeah, home invasion robberies all together. You just gonna let the lady in the evidence speak for you instead of you speaking for yourself?
I don't know, man.
Hmm?
I don't know, man. I'm talking about robbery, man. I don't do no robbery.
So what happened?
Hmm?
So what happened? If you don't do robberies, what happened?
That's all I'm trying to tell you. I don't do no robbery, so I don't know nothing about no robbery. Robbing people, nah, man. It ain't me. I ain't never robbed nobody ever.
So when you went in there, did you think somebody was gonna be in the house?
What did you? Alright. But Detective Howard.
Mm-hmm.
He still working?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
How you know? You know go way back?
Nah, he talked to me last time. That's a black person.
Del Taco's new slow-cooked pork carnitas. Authentic spices and salsa roja give it a...
He said pork carnita. I know Gia eat like 14 of them bitches back to back, like, where the other three at? Ain't nothing but a little pork carnita. 10 more.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may have a seat.
Hey, 3 more, big bro. Thank you.
All right, at this time, I'll call upon the attorney from Mr. Whitaker for her opening statement.
Thank you, Adam. May it please the court.
Yes.
Counsel, Mr. Whitaker. On January 15th of 2020, Charles McCormick was shot in a strip mall by a lone gunman. There will be no question about that. You will watch the videotape. There will also be no question whatsoever.
But they got caught doing it. They got chased after, and then they got caught. Like, what the fuck? Like, why they in trial right now?
Leroy Whitaker did not pull that trigger. Leroy Whitaker had nothing to do with the death of Charles McCormick. That's what the evidence will show. You're gonna watch a video of Charles McCormick being chased down and shot. The shooter, the lone gunman in that video is not.
Okay. Scotty most likely gonna be the one they're gonna get the lesser time. I see, but niggas speak through their lawyers though. You know what I'm saying? Damn, Scotty throwing Ksoo under the bus. Damn, shit is wicked.
Leroy Whitaker.
Let's see what she said.
So how are we here? Why are we here? In this room, everything changes. See, before we come into this room, the state of Florida has the absolute power, the choice, the prerogative to charge or not charge whoever they want. But once we come in here to our Hall of Justice, they must prove their allegations. They must prove their allegations with actual, credible evidence. And I urge you to write right now in the notebooks that were provided to you, a little topic I suggest to you. Evidence of Leroy Whitaker's participation in this murder. And ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be one thing and only one thing at the very end of all the testimony, everything that you're going to be presented. It's going to be one name only, Dominique Barner. That's it. That is it.
Who is Dominique?
The state star witness of which their house of cards in their allegations against Mr. Whitaker will collapse.
Oh. So is they putting it on? So is they putting it on the? Hold up, what?
Dominique Barner, an admitted two-time killer, paid for, self-proclaimed, paid for assassin. Dominique Barner will waltz into this courtroom and he will try to feel the blow.
Oh, so they trying to put it on one of the witnesses. Okay. But nigga, y'all got caught in the blue Nissan. So what the fuck? Like, I don't get that shit.
Blatant holes in the state's case. Their star witness will explain to you, well, you know, on January 15th, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office hauls me in. See, I don't just have tattoos on my arms. I have 1993
What the fuck is that?
strapped right on my arm. Pretty distinctive. And Barbara Buckley did describe that in detail. And so the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office was able to put together a photo spread within hours of Barbara Buckley's home.
I'm confused. So,
being invaded by Dominique Barner. And lo and behold, she was, in no uncertain terms, you're gonna meet her. She's gonna tell you all. Dominique Barner sure scared me. Dominique Barner came into my home. Dominique Barner choked me out. Dominique Barner got me to the point where I just kind of...
But he already plead guilty to it. I just like, what? So she trying to put, that's his lawyer. So what they trying to do is put it on the nigga that pled guilty. Nigga, he pled guilty. He was with y'all. He wasn't the only one in that goddamn car. Like, what the fuck? Nah, they trying to put it on the nigga that pled guilty already. They wildin', bro. Hey, street niggas the worst, bro. Niggas don't never be trying to take their charge when they get caught.
Finally faked passing out and sat on my couch and then
Try to talk through their lawyer and shit.
ultimately smoked a cigarette. Dominic Barner was caught. And to hear the state of Florida talk about Dominic Barner, one might think, one might assume Dominic Barner must have walked in on January 15th and said, oh, I need to tell all my sins. Oh, I need to confess. That's not what the evidence is going to show. What you're going to learn is that Dominic Barner came in on January 15th and he told just enough about himself to get him off his case. So let him go. He's still in jail, but he's not charged with murder yet.
Hey, nigga, Scotty was in the car, bruh. Just be trying, like, just cause the nigga in the car telling him he ain't do nothing. Bro, he didn't have to do nothing, but he was still there, nigga. It's like, if I'm with you in a car, G, and a murder happened, like, nigga, that's crazy, bruh. Like, them niggas know what was up, bro. Them niggas, that shit is crazy, though. I mean, but she is the lawyer, though. She gonna get her pennies worth, man. Nigga is not the only shooter, shawty. That shit wild, bro. Cause the prosecutor saying Ksoo was the shooter. She's saying Dominique the shooter. Hey, wildin'.
But then you're gonna hear.
But Ksoo got locked up with the jacket on. That shit wild, bro.
As the murders pile up.
And his daddy snitched on him.
Pesky second murder that you'll hear Dominic Barner was in part of, has admitted to premeditating, has admitted to pleading to that charge of a whole separate case where a truly innocent bystander gets killed. Because unfortunately, Dominic Barner misses who he was really gunning for. Interestingly enough, you will ultimately hear Abdul Robinson Sr. also part of that murder, also pled to that separate murder. But as those charges started piling up, Dominic Barner realized
which one is Dominique? Oh, butter. Trying to blame it all on butter. Hey, she trying to put it on butter. She wildin'. Nah, she wildin'. All them niggas was in the car. She wildin'. Nigga, it was 3 niggas in the car, not one. She tripping. It was 4 niggas in the car because the driver. Yeah, the driver, Ksoo got out and shot, and these 2 niggas stayed in the car. Hey, nah, she terrible. But this nigga already pled guilty. So he ain't even on trial. He pled guilty already. He took his little plea. So she trying to say that he did it. Like, nigga, he pled guilty. He did it. And trying to say they was in the car, but they ain't know what was going on type shit. And, like, them niggas parked outside UPS with guns in a car. Nigga, what y'all ready to go do? Force for a job? Like, nigga, what? Shit crazy. Going straight to jail, bro. Like, hey, nah, lawyers is a motherfucker, bro. And it's crazy because they just doing their job, gang. Like, that's crazy, bro. Ain't that crazy, dog? Shh. Up that bitch lying like that. Like, she making me mad as a bitch. Black screen again. What?
In the ground. I'll sustain that objection.
You're going to hear and see from FBI agent Mr. Corley. And he's going to actually
Hey, no, they're trying to
map
put
out
that shit on butter. It's
different
crazy,
phone
bro.
numbers, and he'll tell you up front.
It's crazy because lawyers only get the type of shit they mostly like. For the lawyer to blame it on Dominique, like she had to get that from Scotty and them. Like how the hell they gonna throw Dominique under the bus like that, bro? Like that's fucked up, bro.
These are approximations of where these phones might have been communicating with towers. And it'll be a lot of convoluted radio waves, all that kind of thing. But he'll try to tell you where he believes these phones were.
It's crazy because Scotty tried to take the charge. Scotty agreed to take the charge. But they thought the case was gonna go away. Nigga, they said, hell nah, nigga. All y'all niggas getting tried, motherfucker. But bro really tried to take the charge though, you could tell.
In general terms in Jacksonville. What he won't be able to tell you is who was using those phones or when. And you'll have to listen carefully, and I urge you to do so. For all of the testimony in regards to whose phone is who, and how in the world do we know that person is using it. One thing you'll learn from Agent Corley as well as Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is that oftentimes they'll get phone records for a month or maybe even 2 months and go through the phones to determine who are these people talking to. Just as a way, an investigative tool, if you will, to determine who's actually using these phones. Ultimately, no such evidence will be presented like that in this case. As will there be many things that you will wonder about, but will not be presented. Why? Because the evidence doesn't exist. At the close of all the evidence, after you carefully and critically analyze it, you will realize the state of Florida is on a quest for conviction. They will do so on a house of cards of Dominique Barner, the two-time murderer paid for assassin. And at the close of all the evidence, we will ask, we will suggest and demand that you render the only verdicts that will be appropriate based on the evidence you receive. And those are verdicts of not guilty for Leroy Whitaker. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Schlax. All right, at this time then I'm going to ask Mr. Whitaker's jury to have a step back into your jury room while we bring out Mr. Robinson's jury for his opening, and then we'll bring you out here just as soon as we can. Thank you, ladies.
God damn, this is too much. This case gonna be a headache, nigga. Nigga, you got two, like, Robinson got his own jury and Scotty got his own jury. This shit seems like it's a lot.
The government just got up here and told you that they're going to prove to you, beyond and to the exclusion of all reasonable doubt, that Hakeem Robinson is the person who shot and killed Charles McCormick on January 15th of 2020. For members of the jury, they are not going to be able to do that because Hakeem Robinson is innocent. And you are going to be able to see that.
Damn. You think he gonna beat this shit, bro? Because I ain't gonna lie, these lawyers be talking like some good shit.
That for yourselves, that there is no way that Hakeem Robinson is the person that shot and killed Charles McCormick. In order to try and prove their case, they're going to ask you to do something
That nigga Ace in the courtroom right now.
that I've never seen before. They're going to ask you to not believe your eyes. They're going to ask you to ignore what you see.
Boy, tomorrow when they get into these videos and shit, oh my God. Bro, when that UPS video dropped, I know that shit is crazy. I never seen that one. I know that shit is crazy. I seen the Bibby jump. I ain't see the UPS one.
Right in front of you. Because as the government just told you, there's a video recording of this homicide. And you're going to be able to see it. And you're going to be able to watch it. You are going to see a person, someone, covered from head, or whatever's on top of his head, to toe. Completely covered. Chase down Charles McCormick in broad daylight and shoot him to death. And this was done in front of a bunch of witnesses. And the most important question in this case is going to be, who is the shooter? Who is the shooter?
But Dominique already pled guilty. Like, I don't get how these niggas putting up a fight.
Members of the jury, that is the shooter.
Ooh.
That is a still shot from the video that you will get. You will be.
That don't even look. That don't look like Ksoo. Ksoo a little bigger than that, huh? Two. This the first one they doing right now. The murder to the UPS nigga and the Bibby, the little dude Bibby. Damn, that don't even that don't look like Ksoo right there though. Like damn. But I don't know. But I don't know how but I don't know Ksoo build though. Ksoo look bigger than that, but I don't know his build. Like he probably ain't that big. Like so bro probably is that little right there. This nigga look little. Too little. Definitely ain't no
Presented
Ksoo
with this
right
during
here.
the course of this trial.
Right here.
Now, what these prosecutors are going to ask you to do is to find that Hakeem Robinson, who's clearly well above 6 feet tall and a heavier set person, and was like that 5 years ago, is that person.
Damn, but the state saying that's him. Oh no, the state ain't got nothing then. But that's not him. He said that Bibby one all Ksoo. And now that Bibby jump was crazy. That jump was wild. Yeah, he probably got something with this one. They probably got the wrong people. I ain't even gonna lie to you. The state probably got the wrong people on this one.
And it's not just that. They are going to ask you to ignore the descriptions given by each and every person that saw the shooter live.
Okay. When you hear the defense talk, it let me know why Ksoo and them so confident. Why Ace and them so confident and shit.
And members of the jury.
But one of the niggas already plead guilty though, so I don't understand like how what's and then he taking his stand and everything, so I don't get how this gonna play out.
These witnesses, each and every one of them are going to give you a description somewhere between 5'5" and 5'11". The other description they're going to give you, each of
So that nigga short and chubby, right?
these witnesses that saw this person. Slim, slender, thinner. And all those witnesses, they're going to ask you, the government, these unbiased civilian witnesses, discredit them. Don't believe them. They were wrong. The witnesses that they're going to ask you to believe are the ones who are actually involved in this murder. That's right. One by one, they are going to be walking them in here, some of them through that back door. Each one of them, hoping and praying to get some benefit from them. The people that hold all of the power to charge someone, to arrest someone, to drop charges. Them. All of these people are going to point the finger and go, the shooter is Hakeem. they are not going to present you one piece of reliable, direct evidence that definitively.
But, huh? All right, so they saying the state gonna bring out people that actually did it to blame him. Damn.
Definitively proves that Hakeem Robinson is a shooter. It's just going to be based on the lies of the people who actually committed this murder. This member.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying though. Like, these niggas agree for their lawyers to say certain shit, bro. Like that's the thing too, man. I forgot what podcast I was watching. Like, is that could that be considered snitching?
Of the jury is Hakeem Robinson. Stand up, Hakeem.
Like, that's crazy. Niggas said the people they gonna bring out is the people who actually did it. But like, what, huh?
He is a young, aspiring, talented musician who found.
Tighten up, bro.
5 years ago was wrenched from his family, his life, and his promising career. All because the government refused to look at literally what is right in front of them. And this is why I've asked Hakeem Robinson to stand up in front of you right now, members of the jury. Because you may not have taken too much notice over the past 3 days, each and every time you walked into the courtroom and you...
Stop it. That nigga had his daddy, his brother, his cousin, his stepbrother. They had a family organization of shooters. Like, chill, gang. Like, this lawyer making me mad because, like, bitch, is you delusional? Like, do you know what's going, like, what the fuck? I understand, though, like, she doing her job, but god damn.
Left and we stood up, you didn't realize at that time how important it was to take a look at how tall Hakeem Robinson is and how big he is. But it is going to be the focal point of this trial. Because once you watch that video in the entirety, and then you look at what is standing right in front of you, and you're gonna get pictures and stuff around the time that this took place. He hasn't changed, despite what Mr. Cooper is telling you. He is the same. There will be no doubt in your mind that he is not the person that shot and killed Charles McCormick. So how do we get here? You can have a seat, Hakeem. How do we get here where a clearly innocent person is being accused of a crime that he did not commit?
Can I see
and it
what?
boils down to perception versus reality. Because you're going to see that Hakeem Robinson, he wasn't arrested until 9 months after the murder. And none of them realized how big he is until he was arrested. But by that time, instead of admitting to the mistake...
Oh no, Ksoo big as hell. What the fuck?
...that they made, and pulling back and doing an investigation to find out who
is
really
tall.
did it, they doubled down. And they started to build their case and their witnesses around the idea and the belief that it was Hakeem Robinson that was the shooter. Now, on 5 years ago, January 15th, 2020, right on the brink of the world shutting down, right before the COVID-19 virus, Charles McCormick woke up in the morning, headed to Employment Express Agency on Merrill Road to follow up with getting a job. Little did he know that a man named Dominique Barno, and I'm going to say this name for the first time, I'm not sure why the state didn't mention this to you.
Nah, bruh. The way they throwing Dominique under the bus is crazy, gang. Dominique pled guilty, so why y'all keep throwing him under the bus? But y'all gonna use Dominique to show their innocence? Like, what the fuck? I know Dominique, like, man, I should never gotten that caught with these whole ass niggas, man.
And his friend Chris Brown had been stalking Charles McCormick that day. Dominique Barno is the one who was checking his Instagram account to see if he was in town that day. Dominique Barno is the one who pulled up his address on the court clerk's website to find out where he lived. He is the one that then tried to track him down and kill him that morning. You will hear that the reason Dominique Barno decided that he wanted to have Charles McCormick killed was all because of a song that he didn't like the lyrics to. The whole story that Mr. Cooper failed to mention to you, members of the jury, is that Mr. Barner will just tell you, I just didn't like that he was singing something he didn't know about. That's the reason why Charles McCormick is dead. And this man, members of the jury, Dominic Barner, the man who planned and orchestrated the murder of Charles McCormick, is going to be the government's star witness in this case. That is the person who they cut to police officers. You are going to hear that he lied to prosecutors. You are going to hear that he lied in depositions. You're going to hear that he lied to defense attorneys. More important, you are going to hear that he took the stand in another case and lied in a hearing in front of a judge. And he's going to tell you the reason he did that, because he wanted the defendant to go free so he could kill him himself. That is their star witness who they're going to ask you to believe. This man was caught red-handed within 24 hours of the murder of Charles McCormick. And months go by of him denying his involvement. And when he realized that who they thought the shooter was, Hakeem Robinson, he pounced on it. He was like, this is how I'm going to get out of here. He decided he was going to lie to the government to get what he wanted, which is the hope of freedom. All he had to do and all he had to say was that
I can't wait till they bring this nigga out, because if this nigga don't look like the nigga on the picture either, it's gonna be crazy.
Hakeem Robinson is the person behind that mask. And in exchange, I know Mr. Cooper was saying, oh, he's facing life, and that the judge hasn't sentenced him yet. But members of the jury, he's going to tell you the reasons he's doing this, because before this, he was facing mandatory life in prison. He would have died in prison. And in exchange for pointing the finger at Hakeem Robinson, he is hoping to get out in 20 years. Mind you, he's already served 5 of it. So in 15 years, he is hoping to go free. And Dominic Barno, not going to be the only one. Another witness that they are going to put on this witness stand and ask you to believe, a man by the name of Abdul Robinson Sr., a.k.a. Blue. Now, Mr.
Nigga, that's his daddy. How you gonna tell us not to believe the dude daddy, nigga? Nigga, it's his pops. Like, I know you doing your job, lawyer lady, but come on, you gonna sit right here and tell these people not to believe his dad? Like, that's crazy.
Cooper got up here and told you that this man is Hakeem's father, his biological father, but the whole truth is, members of the jury, he's just Hakeem's DNA contributor. The truth is, he hasn't.
Nah, she wildin'. But when they needed his help, and they needed somebody to pick them up after a murder, who came and picked them up? What is she talking about? Like, nah, she doing her job though, but nah, that's crazy.
9 other children by 5 different women that we know about. He has probably fathered a...
It don't even matter how many kids he got with who. Bitch, that's one of his kids. Like, what the fuck? Like, she's wildin'.
significant percentage of the men or women in Duval County.
Like, she getting on my goddamn nerves. Like, she talking about something, he got 5 baby mamas. All right, bitch, that's one of the kids from one of the baby mama. And, like, what the fuck?
He was never involved in Hakeem's early life and only came...
Nah, that's crazy. But when a nigga called the nigga to pick him up after they committed a crime, who came? That's crazy.
Came around when Hakeem started to become a little recognized, a little famous with his music, and he started to make some real money. He actually tried to become Hakeem's manager. As you will learn...
It make me mad because I understand the life these niggas living, but these niggas supposed to be so gangster and so and so crazy, but they approving their lawyers to say all this dumbass shit, bro. I get it for they fight for their freedom, but these niggas chose to be out there in the street dissing niggas wilding. Man, Ksoo and them was wilding.
In this trial in 2020, Hakeem was a local celebrity. He was a rap musician.
Bro, they was wilding.
And you're going to see that it was Blue is going to do what he's doing in this case. He uses people, and he was trying to use Hakeem. He is using the prosecutors in this case to get out of the 2 murder cases that we know that he have committed. He, just like Dominique Barna, was caught red-handed in this case. He is the person that Dominique Barna called for help to pick him and Leroy Whitaker up after they had broken into Barbara Buckley's home. But what you're also going to hear, members of the jury, and what is most important, this is not the first time that Dominique Barna and Blue have done this. That's right. Dominique Barna and Blue are co-defendants in a completely separate homicide case.
Fuck, yeah, I was going back listening to some of his shit. Fuck, but you could tell, like, he's trying to separate himself from, like, I can't say that because the nigga in court right now, but it's like he trying to separate, like, his music, the music concept, he trying to separate that shit from that shit they doing. You could tell, like, you can hear that shit, like, he really trying to switch it over, like, but sometimes it's too late, bruh. Like Dirk tried to switch over last minute, man. It didn't work, bro. Like, it didn't work.
They're co-defendants in that.
Hey, if these niggas be found guilty, I could say a RICO coming, but then again, like, if these niggas found innocent, for sure RICO coming down on these niggas. But then I'm talking about the state and them gonna be mad as fuck that these niggas got away. So, hey, this shit could play out any way, bro. And then the state can fuck up with bad evidence, corrupt shit. So, man, hope they, this shit gonna, I just know by the end of this gonna be one of them trials, like a Melly trial, like, this gonna be one of them trials.
Case, and they're co-defendants in this case. And you're gonna learn that Blue, this ain't his first time cooperating with law enforcement. He's done that before, so he has experience. He knows that when he's in trouble and he is caught, if I say what the government wants to hear, I get out. He's done it before, and he's going to do it again in this courtroom. And what's more troubling with Blue, members of the jury, in exchange for his testimony in this case, he is hoping to get 76 months. 76 months. He's already...
What type of opening argument is this? Like, I thought she supposed to be saying, like, why a nigga ain't do nothing. She right here talking about what everybody else did, and now she's wilding right now.
He served 60. So in less...
I'm telling you, if the jury looking at this shit the way I'm looking at it, she's trying to put the blame on everybody else. Like, she not even telling us why Ksoo didn't do it. Like, where the fuck he was at that night. Like, she just putting it on everybody else but him. But this shit crazy.
In 2 years, he is hoping to be back on the streets of Duval County. Now, Mr. Cooper just got up there and said the testimony against Hakeem being involved in this murder is going to be corroborated by reliable evidence. It is not. None of the credible, reliable evidence that he's going to bring in here says that Hakeem Robinson is the guy in that picture. Another one of the witnesses that they're going to bring in front of you, another one that was in that little diagram that they showed, Torrigan Williams. And this is even worse, members of the jury, because their own lead detective is going to tell you.
Nah, she just up that bitch snitching on everybody. Hey, nah.
They've known for 5 years that Torrigan Williams was involved in this homicide. Dominique Barna, years ago, told them Torrigan Williams was involved, but he gets a full pass. He's not walking through that door. he's walking through that door. Never been arrested, full-blown immunity for his testimony in this case. And you wonder, wait, why would that happen 5 years later? Well, that's because Torgon Williams last year got arrested for trafficking in meth. That's the first time he decided to come forward and go, hey, wait a second, I'm in trouble. Prosecutors, I think I know, I have information that you might want. And by this time, members of the jury, 4 years have passed, and this case was plastered.
Dude, this nigga get locked up for meth and tell him I know something about a murder. Nah, niggas is crazy, bro. Like, niggas just need to get the fuck out the street and go be a bus driver or go be a kindergarten teacher or be a principal for an elementary school or goddamn be a librarian or something, bitch. Like, niggas, bro, get out of the street. Are you niggas who gonna tell? If you a hoe, get out the fucking street, bro. You nigga be so tough. Nigga be, I don't get it, bro. I hate that shit. I hate snitches, bro. Like, go on somewhere, bro. Shit.
All over the internet for anyone to look up and see what they needed to find out about what they needed to say. After he decided to give a statement against Hakeem Robinson, what do? They drop his state case. Dismissed, no action. Then the federal government decided to pick up his case. And Mr. Williams, if they call him to testify, is going to tell you, well, I'm hoping that the feds are going to be a little lenient on me because I am helping in this homicide case. Not one of their witnesses, members of the jury that take the stand, that tried to point the finger at Hakeem Robinson, not one of them are unbiased. Each one of them that are going to walk in here have some angle. They either are trying to help themselves, to get themselves out of their trouble with the government, or something for a loved one. Each one of them that points the finger in some way, shape, or form to Hakeem Robinson is hoping to get something, and not something small. Freedom. But members of the jury...
So you telling me everybody trying to run and play except for Hakeem Robinson? Hakeem Robinson, the only one that's he innocent. He an angel. Like, she's tripping, bro. You telling me everybody he be with is just a demon? He the only one who's just an aspiring rapper. Like, she's wilding, bro.
Mr. DeCoste
Like,
and I are
she gonna make it hard for even the jury to believe that shit. Like, that's crazy.
going to ask you to do is to listen to the reliable, credible witnesses in this case. Because what you will see, that all the reliable witnesses say, was that actually the shooter, they actually saw them with his own eyes, as I told you before. Slim, slender, 5'8" to 5'11". Some of them say 5'5" to 5'8". Notice that not once, when Mr. Cooper was giving his opening statement, did he give you a description. I'm having to tell you that. And I'm talking about not just civilians.
Bro, she need to tell us about what's going on with bruh. Like, she ain't even, this not even an open statement right here. She just goddamn responding to everything they said already. Like, she supposed to be telling us how she gonna play out her case and shit like that. She done did the opposite. Like, no bullshit.
I'm talking about trained police officers. We'll talk about Officer Collins, the one who took chase. You notice when Mr. Cooper was talking to you? Oh, well, you know, he was far away. He was jumping the fence and didn't get a good look. He's getting you guys ready to make excuses for why the description does not match Hakeem Robinson, and not even close. Officer Collins is a trained police officer, been doing this for 20 years. Knows how to give information like that so that other people, other officers who are listening, he knows to give reliable information. He may come up in here now, 5 years later, and try to backpedal members of the jury. Not sure, I don't remember. But you remember what he said at the time. That's the most reliable. Before everyone realized that the descriptions, wait, they don't match. And it's not just him. It's not just Officer Collins. You're going to hear from Officer Graham, another one who saw the shooter in this case. You know what his description was? 21-year veteran with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, 5'8" to 5'10". Now, those are just the officers. Next, we're going to talk about the civilian witnesses. You're going to hear from Victor Kruger. Mr. Cooper mentioned him. He's the guy with the dash cam in his vehicle, the person that was probably the closest to the shooting, who, and he's right, by happenstance, just happened to have this video recording on his dash cam when this happened. But what did you not hear in the state's opening statement? Mr. Kruger gave a description. You want to know what that description was? 5'10" to 5'11", and he was thin. Clearly not Hakeem Robinson. Not the only one. Javaris Roberts, who worked in the Hibet Sports in that strip mall, described the shooter as 5'8" to 5'9", on the skinnier side. Then we've got Aber Ahmad, a woman who was in her garage having coffee in the morning, sees someone matching the shooter's description, jump a fence and walk right in front of her. She describes him as shorter than 6 feet. But the most important one, Renata Boston. If you recall when Mr. Cooper was talking, he mentioned that the shooter ran through some woods and came out on the other side, and that magically Natalie Gant was there to pick up the shooter because she knew where he was. He didn't mention what Renata Boston described the shooter to look at, because she saw him come out of the woods. Slim build, 5'8" to 5'9", between 160 to 170 pounds. That is not even close to Hakeem Robinson. Multiple independent civilian witnesses, multiple police officers, all describing someone that could not possibly be Hakeem Robinson. And all their testimony, all of them, the ones whose testimony isn't bought with a promise of freedom, they're all consistent. It's clearly not him. The only eyewitnesses that will say that the shooter is Hakeem are the ones who have cut deals with the government. And they're not going to just present these eyewitnesses to you. As Mr. Cooper said, they're going to present all this other stuff. But take a close look at the details of what they present to you. Because not one piece of that evidence is going to be direct evidence that Hakeem Robinson is a shooter. Let's start with the cell phone evidence, because it's going to be a lot. All the records that they're going to produce to you, all the cell phone records that definitively show 100% Dominique Barna using his phone, Leroy Whitaker using his phone, Abdul Robinson Jr. using his phone, Abdul Robinson Sr. using his phone. All of them are communicating with each other. You know whose phone isn't being used? Or they don't have a record of being used at all? Hakeem Robinson. Mr. Cooper just got up here and told you that he's going to try to put a phone in the possession of Hakeem Robinson, a phone number that begins with 478. You know whose phone that's registered to? Abdul Robinson Sr., aka Blues, former dead best friend. That phone is registered to his father, not to him. And you're going to see that that phone the day before was pinging in the same place that his father was. They're going to try to make you think and connect that phone to Hakeem Robinson, and they will be unable to do so. Next up, fingerprints and DNA. They're going to try to present you with DNA and fingerprint evidence trying to put Hakeem in that car on that day. But members of the jury, their own expert will tell you, their experts are going to tell you, we have no idea when that DNA was left there, or how. We have no idea how that fingerprint, when or where it got there. All that proves to you, members of the jury, is Hakeem Robinson knows Leroy Whitaker. They're cousins. They hang out together. That's a fact that we're not disputing. And what did Mr. Cooper fail to tell you? That DNA was found on a t-shirt that was in the car. It's not just Hakeem Robinson's DNA. The expert is going to tell you that it's mixed up with 3 other people that I don't know who it is that's on that shirt. Then they're going to tell you that, well, I'm going to tell you that the evidence will show that a man's DNA was found in that car. That's going to say, I don't know how my DNA got in there, but it's there. Someone that is completely disassociated with this case. All that's going to prove, members of the jury, is that Hakeem Robinson, Leroy Whitaker, Torgon Williams, they're all friends and that they know each other. He told you that car was stolen had been reported stolen for 2 months. They had been all in and out of that car. That DNA and that fingerprint does not place him in the car on the day of the murder. You're going to hear about all of the DNA that they have been unable to identify or match with someone else. But members of the jury, what I do want you to know is, even though Hakeem hung out with all these guys and he grew up with them and stuff, Hakeem was different because he was making it.
Bro, Hakeem was one of the worst. What the fuck you mean? Ace is different. What the fuck?
Charles McCormick, you know, they said he put out that song. He didn't put out a song. I mean, no one knew about that song. I mean, he tried to release it. He wasn't on the level of Hakeem Robinson, AKA, you're going to hear this name a lot throughout the course of the trial, Ksoo. And what you're going to hear, members of the jury, which is going to be very important. 4 days before the murder of Charles McCormick, Hakeem Robinson was signed to a record label that gave him a $40,000 advance. 4 days before. He was making it, he was leaving, he was doing his music. All of these people, though, they wanted to be around him. They wanted to share in his fame. But Hakeem cannot be put in this just because he hung around with the wrong people and was friends with them. He is not responsible for what they did in their free time. And even the government, well, I thought the government would agree that you cannot convict someone by association. And that is true, members of the jury. Guilty by association has no place in this courtroom. Mr. Cooper also mentioned something about a social media post. But members of the jury, when you view these pieces of evidence, please take them into context. He said it happened right after he made this post, 7 days after he made this post, okay? And it's all assumption and speculation with the phrase that he used. He is trying to say that that is somehow a confession.
This nigga disclaimed this set. Damn, okay, so. Damn, Ksoo, my nigga Ksoo said, I am not ATK. Like, huh?
Post didn't say, hey, I killed Charles McCormick. He's going to ask you to imply that when he mentioned that had something to do with the murder that happened before that he had nothing to do with. But members of the jury, what we are going to ask, and this is what I'm just going to ask, we are at the beginning of this case. You haven't heard any of the evidence or seen any of the evidence yet. All I ask of you, each of you, is to please just pay close attention and really listen. Because when you strip away all the evidence that isn't either bought with money or the promise of freedom, the truth is going to be staring you right in your face. Focus on the credible, reliable, unbiased testimony from the witnesses, coupled with what you can see right in front of them. More importantly, your common sense. Because that is what you will need to see the truth in this case, because it is not him, members of the jury.
New evidence has just surfaced confirming that rapper Ksoo was the one who unalived 16-year-old teen Bibby. Just when you think these rappers can't get any dumber with the self-snitching, they... New evidence has just surfaced confirming that rapper Ksoo was the one who unalived 16-year-old teen Bibby. Just when you think these rappers can't get any dumber with the self-snitching, they somehow manage to prove us wrong every time. There are already multiple people telling on him, including his own dad. Now, according to this newly released affidavit, Ksoo was seen in multiple music videos showing off the same ARP that police believe was used in Bibby's. Police also have phone records showing Ksoo calling right after the went off, asking for a ride. They basically connected the timestamps of this whole... His friend who was involved in picking him up already confirmed everything.
Nah, hell nah, that's him. He's not even that big for real.
And is set to testify against him.
Recently, we received...
Tall, big. I want to see something real quick, though. Is mine up here? Let's see. Nope.
members of the jury. If one piece of that puzzle doesn't fit, it is not guilty. Do not shave the pieces of those puzzles to try to force it to fit.
He did that shit,
Because
though.
when you look, you are going to see the description does not match Hakeem Robinson, not even close.
Fuck that. That's
Now, members of the jury, there is a reason why the framers of the Constitution, this country's Constitution, ensured that the government would not have too much control over the freedom of the citizens they are meant to protect. And that was by giving the final word, not to the court, not to the state, but to you. People are innately flawed in that they sometimes can't see the truth when it's standing right, staring them right in front of their face, or they can't admit it when they've made a mistake. You are 12 members of this community, 15 members of this community, who have promised to look at this case through fresh eyes. That is all we beg of you, to objectively look at the evidence that is presented to you in this case. Because when you listen to all the credible, reliable evidence in this case, it's only going to prove to you one thing. Hakeem Robinson is innocent. Find him not guilty. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Kwas. All right, I'm going to allow the court reporter to reposition. We will then bring in jury from Mr. Whitaker, and we are going to hear from the state's first witness today, and then we'll be recessing for the day. So just so you know the schedule, that's what we will be doing. And the witness seat is going to be right there. Please be sure to speak loudly and clearly into the microphone and state. You may proceed.
Thank you. Would you please state and spell your name for the record?
Victor R. Kruger Jr., Victor Kruger.
Can you pull that microphone up to your mouth, Mr. Kruger? Thank you, sir.
Victor R. Kruger Jr., Victor.
And Mr. Kruger, do you currently live in Jacksonville?
I do.
What area of town?
Arlington.
And how long have you lived here in Jacksonville?
Since '94.
Okay. Are you currently retired?
I am.
And when did you retire?
2017.
What type of work did you do before you retired?
Computers. I worked for CSX and was a computer architect.
Are you familiar with the shopping center located at 7001 Merrill Road?
I am.
And that's here in Duval County?
Yes.
And did you go to that shopping plaza on January 15th of 2020?
I did.
And what was the reason that you went to that location?
I have a UPS box for handling mail, so the UPS store there, I'd gone to pick up mail.
And what type of vehicle were you in when you went to the shopping plaza?
2007 Dodge Ram Mega Cab, 1500.
Does it have a lift on it?
4 inches.
So that makes it sit up 4 inches higher than a regular box?
Correct. It came from the factory that way.
Okay. Was anyone else with you when you went to the UPS store?
No.
And do you recall where you parked?
Behind the UPS store and directly facing the employment office, which was at the end of the storefronts in the back.
And by employment office, do you mean express employment?
Yes.
What did you do after you got there?
Got out of the truck, went into the UPS store, got mail, and then came back out, had gotten in the truck, and had opened a couple pieces of mail, bills, just to see what they were, then turned on the car.
And what happened after you did that?
Right about the time I started the truck, I heard the first shot. I wasn't quite sure what it was. I had music going on the stereo. But I looked around and saw a young gentleman running, and maybe a second or two right behind him, another gentleman chasing him with a rifle, firing at him, and eventually hit him, or he tripped, and ended up shooting him multiple times while he lay on the ground.
The person that was being chased, did you see where he came from?
He had come out of the employment office.
Now, when this shooting took place, was there anything that obstructed your view?
No.
How close would you estimate you were to the person being chased and the person chasing him?
I'd say they're about 15, 20 feet off to my left.
Did they run across where you were parked?
Yeah, so it's kind of a little to the right of the employment office, but right on the edge of it. So out of the corner of my eye, he came running past, and I saw, then turned and saw the other one. So that distance between the chaser and chasee was about 15, 20 feet, and then he was being chased down the promenade.
Do you recall approximately how many gunshots you heard?
My estimate would be 12, but between 10 and 15.
Did all of this happen fairly quickly?
Yes.
After the shooting stopped, the person that chased the other person and shot them, what did they do?
They came running back. The car that I didn't see them exit the car, but they came back to a Nissan that had come racing up to my left. Almost hit my truck because I was pulling out, and he jumped in that Nissan.
And what did you do at that point?
At that point, I had pulled up farther, was actually perpendicular to the other side of the employment office, and I was kind of rolling forward, just kind of watching on my back window. They took off down the Publix shopping lane, and I chased after them.
Prior to chasing after them, when you were in that area where you just pulled up and you saw the Nissan coming up, did you see anyone else outside in that immediate area?
Not in the immediate area, no.
Would you consider yourself to have been the closest person outside in that immediate area?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the purpose of you trying to follow after that Nissan Altima?
Ultimately hoping to catch the license plate of the Nissan. More than that, I don't know whether I thought through what I was doing.
Prior to the Nissan taking off, did you see what side of the car the shooter got back into?
Passenger side, front.
Were you able to see clearly into the Nissan?
No, it was very heavily tinted with windows.
Do you recall what the shooter was wearing?
Sort of like a tracksuit, hoodie, just very baggy, and just really covered up, so there wasn't really much I could see of the shooter.
Were you ever able to see the shooter's face?
No.
Could you tell anything about the shooter? Could you tell what color the person was?
As I was driving past the employment office and kind of watching the shooter come back, had a mask on, but I could.
Now he's saying he was driving back towards it, huh?
See around the eyes. Definitely was a black individual.
Could you make any determination as to whether it was a male or a female?
It was baggy enough. I would say just by the movement, I would say it was probably a male, but I really couldn't tell any physical features. Like I said, the jumpsuit was very baggy.
What type of firearm did you see?
It was a rifle with an extended magazine.
Did you have a dash cam in your vehicle?
I did.
Where was that equipped?
I was on the front windshield, up high on the windshield to the right of the rear view mirror.
Did you have to turn that dash cam on in order for it to record?
No. I do have to, it's not wired into the battery, but I do, whenever I leave the house, I plug it into a cigarette lighter, so until I unplug it, it stays running.
So even when you got to the shopping plaza, parked, and went to UPS, was that dash cam still recording?
Yes.
And approximately how far did you follow the Nissan after it took off?
Well, as I was going down the Publix, had a police officer pull up beside me, wave him in front of me, and I followed him to the exit of the Publix shopping center. They exited onto Merrill. At that point, I couldn't exit safely because of oncoming traffic, so I waited. Eventually got onto Merrill and went down Townsend where they had gone, but I never caught up to them at that point, turned around and went back to wait for police and paramedics and all.
And when the police showed up, did you tell them that you had a dash cam in your vehicle?
I did.
And did you allow officers to view that video and download it?
They downloaded it, yes.
Now, on your dash cam, does it include the date and time of the video?
No, because of the fact that I'm always unplugging it and it's losing power. It'll just read whatever the default date is.
Okay, so not necessarily the accurate date and time, but it still records. Okay. Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Yes.
Is it showing you what's going to mark your identification as State's Exhibit 8E. Can you take a moment and see if you recognize that disc, sir?
That's the one that you had me sign.
And is this a recording of that dash cam video?
It is.
Fair and accurate as to what was recorded on January 15, 2020?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, this time I would ask to move what's been marked as State's Exhibit 8E into evidence in both cases.
All right, is there any objection from Defendant Whitaker?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from Defendant Robinson?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then without objection, State's Exhibit 8E will be moved into evidence. The State's Exhibit, do you want the numbers as listed on your exhibit list?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, number 187.
And Your Honor, may I publish that?
Yes, you may. And while you're setting that up, let me just tell the jurors that any and all items of evidence that are moved into the trials of each of the respective defendants are going to be sent back with you into the jury rooms for your use during deliberations if you wish to see or observe these things again. So this isn't the only time that you will be seeing the state's evidence, or any evidence for that matter.
That's awful. I think you changed that.
And Mr. Kruger, that comment, that's the car right there. Was that you speaking?
Yes.
And so was that the vehicle that the officer got behind?
It was.
Okay. And do you recall where that vehicle was parked if you saw it prior to the shooting?
I didn't see it prior to the shooting, but it would have been off to my left 3 or 4 spaces. Didn't really notice it until I was pulling out and they came roaring up to the curb where they would have picked up the gentleman that had shot the other gentleman.
And based on being present at the time, do you have any estimate as to what the height of the shooter would have been just based on your position?
I'd say 5'10", 5'11", less than 6.
But pretty close to, based on 5'10" to 5'11"?
Yeah.
Okay. Judge, that's all the questions I have.
Okay, cross-exam for Mr. Whitaker.
She ready to eat him out. All she gotta do is tell Ksoo stand up. Ksoo 6 foot something. Boom, that's it.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Good. You mentioned that this is a strip mall you go to fairly regularly?
Yes.
Okay. And in this strip mall, there's a Publix, correct?
Correct.
and at Bailey's, I think it's now Ksoo's Gymnasium,
Yes.
and even like a medical office, like a Baptist outpatient.
Yeah, that was, in front of that is where the young gentleman was actually killed.
And obviously, we could see from your dash cam video, there's a lot of cars, there's a lot of people out there, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned you were not able to see into the inside of this silver car, correct?
That's correct.
And as you, I know you may have watched it now multiple times, but as you were watching it that day on January 15th, could you tell it was a Nissan Altima?
Yes.
Okay. But you were not able to see how many people were in that car, one way or the other, correct?
It had to be two at least. The driver and the gentleman who got in the passenger side.
Because logic would dictate the shooter that we see in your video isn't driving that car, right?
Correct.
And your testimony is that you watch that silver car go closer to the shooter to pick the shooter up, right?
Yes.
And that's where you get the very logical assumption there had to be at least two people in that car, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
But other than that, you have no information.
No.
Okay. And you certainly only saw one lone gunman, correct?
Correct.
One shooter, correct?
Correct.
And you didn't hear any kind of words before the first shot, correct?
No, ma'am.
You didn't hear any kind of words throughout the entire dash cam video, correct?
Correct.
Besides your own proclamation trying to make sure that the officer saw, hey, that's the car that was involved, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
I don't have anything further. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Cross for Mr. Robinson.
Please, Your Honor. Good evening, Mr. Kruger.
Hello.
You would consider yourself precise, correct?
As precise as I can be, yes.
You own an esports team?
I do.
You were a computer architect for a number of years?
I was.
You're precise in your work?
I hope so.
And in your words, right?
Yes.
Now, the distance between you and this shooter is about the same distance between me at this podium and you in that seat, correct?
About, yeah.
Give or take a few feet?
Yes, sir.
You were wearing your glasses that day?
Yes, sir.
And you got a look at the shooter. You saw the shooter.
I saw the shooter in the sense that I saw the individual in a tracksuit, but I did not see identifying anything that I could identify him with.
Now, you're a big guy yourself, right?
Yes, sir.
6'4", 230?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, if the witness may please stand and if I could approach.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Court reporter and counsel at sidebar. You can have a seat, Mr. Kruger, while we do this. Right this side. Yes, y'all can come up. It's only... I can't find the white noise on here. That's okay. Yeah.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
Let's make sure the court reporter's ready. Yes? Okay, yes, you may proceed.
All right, Mr. Kruger, if you can stand for us again, we'll resume where we were. You're 6'4", 230, right? All right, now if you could take a seat again, I'm going to ask you a question. The shooter that you saw, and again, the distance in between you and I right now, you would describe that person as smaller than you by a long shot, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, when I say long shot, I mean under 6 feet to me would be long shot, but.
But we're not just talking about height, we're talking about height and weight, correct?
He was lanky, yes.
And in your words, somebody who is very slight, right?
Lanky, yeah, slim.
You would agree with very slight?
Very slight? I don't know. I said that a tracksuit was very baggy, so it definitely was not a stocky gentleman.
Do you disagree that you said very slight, or do you not remember?
If I said very slight, then that's what I said.
Would it help your memory if you were to take a look at your deposition?
Sure.
You're under page 16, line 12. The court should have an email from myself with the transcript, if I may approach.
Okay, you may.
Just look at this, don't answer. Just review that highlighted portion, then I'll re-ask my questions again, okay?
Okay.
This case with anyone or allow anyone to say anything to you or in your presence.
Alright. That's good.